We are at the calm before the war going on right now, and some of the fights look really intriguing. The members of Under versus like the whole Union organization are going to be really hype, especially seeing some of the people that I've wanted to actually see utilized, but just haven't gotten a chance since like the series really began. They haven't gotten their arcs, but it's going to be a little weird seeing some people kind of like go out and like fight without like actually knowing anything about them. Like we have got like all the stuff on Tatiana, Shen, Mui. We even got stuff on like Billy, Juiz, but like was it Top Phil? I forgot the scientist guy's name, but like him, and then just anybody within their organization that hasn't had like their own kind of spotlight. It's gonna feel really odd seeing them out there, and I'm wondering if we're gonna actually get anything of them before we get to the point of like their like the end of their fights. Like if we're gonna get like maybe like a short like flashback that gives us some information on them before like it's like okay, well their part's over. It's not necessary, but like I would like to know at least somewhat about them. But like we don't need a full backstory, but if we can find out maybe just like some bits about the character personalities, maybe like their goals or something, that'd be really hype. Like I just want something to really have as like a backing for them. And like everything begins like this looks like they're training, just kind of doing their thing, getting prepped up. Tatiana is still like the weird one to me in this fight, because we saw how powerful Untouchable was like just on her first display. Like she tore up a majority of that big cruiser, like that big ship crew. How am I not remembering what they're called? Just like a large cruise ship, rather. I don't know. I think it's just because I was saying cruiser instead of cruise that was messing up my head. But like that big cruise ship, like she was completely destroying it just from getting her power going. And like they have to have someone really strong that can counter her, like if they're gonna really be a threat. Because the other characters are different for what their powers obviously are. Like was it? I think it's Top's. I think Top is the dark skinned kid. I think his is unstoppable. And Chikara's is useful, but he's not like a fighter. He's just going to be more like a support. But at least out of the ones we know, because there's a bunch of members of Under we don't know what their powers are. Well, like, they have to have somebody who is can deal with Untouchable. Because she has, like, one of the most raw, powerful abilities in the series. Like, outside of stuff like Victor, like using stuff, was it like Dead End and stuff, like just like large scale attacks, her like level of raw power is crazy. Because not only that, you can't get close to her, so like all she would really have to do is get into like, if they just like put her in a crowd, like put her right directly next to a bunch of the other, like a bunch of the members from Under, and then had her just come out of her little metal shell bubble, she's gonna end up just completely crushing a bunch of them and just kind of like pressing them. But there's like a really nice set of conversations between Andy and Juiz about like their whole setup and how a lot of the people in their group are very young and inexperienced. Like they have some people in there, was it like Tatiana, Phil, and Top? Those guys are obviously really young. Chikara's very inexperienced. They have like stuff like that, but like Under has like the bunny guy and like the idol girl. And Lotla seems like she's like kind of like what I would guess with Chikara, where she's got a good power, but she's not a fighter. So like I feel like those two kind of like cancel each other out in some ways. And logically, I think just looking at their powers, I think Chikara's is better, like the unmoved, because then he can just completely lock her in place where she can move around other people's attacks and stuff. But like if Chikara just says, nope, right from the start, what's she really gonna do about it? But while they're talking, Juiz have his artificial arm too. I figured they'd be able to reattach it. Like I thought they would have gotten it back. I think maybe they just haven't gotten it back, and I just think they have, like in my head. So I know Izumo has her sword, I believe, so her arm must still be over there. But they're getting all prepped up. They're getting hyped. They're getting all their all their belief in themselves and their spirits ready for battle. There was this really nice panel of Andy, and I thought it was really just enjoyable to look at. Like last chapter we got that part where he's just like, okay, bet, and he was just looking real serious. It was just his face, his hair's down, there was no real background, it's just white, and he's just looking pissed and serious. Where it's this one with his partner, he's like, this is a pretty nice place, a pretty sick place, like this organization. and he's just talking about like how much he enjoys it. Like he likes the people in it. It's a good place to be, and you have this nice background, the starry night sky, the moon, and Shui's just like, yeah, like it is. They've found a place to kind of gather and to just be with people like that they can kind of get along with. And I really like the part near the end of the chapter because it's like, okay, December 24th, that's the day that the whole raid on Spring is supposed to happen. And you see like some of the matches, like the scientist guy is up against Tella, and I really was hyped about like just seeing the whole layouts of like showing their powers. Like it shows, okay, the scientist dude's his is and then confidential. Tella's is they're investigating, because it's like the difference between like we're keeping this one in secret versus we don't know what this one is yet. The bunny dudes is still like under investigation. They have Shen and Tatiana against him. I don't really know what they're gonna do, and I get like you have Rip and Lotla there, but like the bunny dude against them, I feel like he's gonna be like Tatiana should honestly just be able to, like I said, roll in and just bop all these guys up. The only way I can think like maybe they can counter it is if the bunny dude or Lotla can prevent away from Tatiana getting out of her metal bubble. Phil and I think it's Top. Top is, I think, the one that's unstoppable. I get them a little mixed up because we haven't really seen either of them do anything yet, like set for the story. But him and Chikara are against the Antichrist guy. I feel like they should beat this guy easy. Like out of all the matches we see set up, theirs looks like the most easy, like for sure. Because like what would happen if one Chikara just says nope, you're not moving, the guy can't use his guns or anything, and then you just have Phil go and beat him up. But also I feel like Phil should be fast enough I keep messing up. I think he's Top. I really want to get a backstory of at least one of them so I can remember in my head how to differentiate between the two of them. I think it's Top. He should be, I feel like he can dodge bullets. Like he seems really fast, and I feel like just bullet dodging is something that's like very easily overcome when it comes to power levels in series. So yeah, I don't see their fight being that dangerous, because like with the one with you have Shenmue, Tatiana versus the bunny dude, Rip and Lotla. You have the doctor or the scientist guy against Tella. Like those ones I could see being way more fights, but I don't really know what the Undecreased guy is going to do. Maybe he's going to be more of a strategist. Like maybe he's going to have like a bunch of weapons like and stuff set up already in different ways to kind of like work around their powers. He could be smarter than I think he is. Like my base is just off of what I know about him so far, has powers, and obviously like his whole like arsenal and his abilities to kind of like have infinite ammo, which is still good because you have a minigun and you're able just to continuously fire that forever. That's still going to be really useful. I feel like it's still overheat though. I don't know. And he's got like these big things on his back. I'm guessing with more weapons, probably some like rockets and explosives. We'll see. That's the guy that I feel like I'm underestimating, but I'd like to see more of him. And then we don't see all the fights, so this is like set up, but this is just the one so far. It was a pretty solid chapter, really good, nice setup, good following up on the previous one, and the next one it looks like we're going to be starting to get into some real action. But other than that, though, comment below, thumbs up the video, but friend the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But other than that, I appreciate everybody's already subscribed, and thank you all for listening. Bye.